Donald Trump won the US elections last year with a landslide. Now, one of Trump's most ardent supporters is tech billionaire Elon Musk. Musk is part of the Make America Great Again or MAGA movement. But in the 2 months since the US elections, we've seen a curious phenomenon. Elon Musk has begun targeting countries ruled by liberal politicians. Now, Musk owns X, one of the world's most influential social media platforms. It has over 330 million users, and Musk has over 200 million followers on Twitter. Since the US elections, let's look at Trump's hit list, or rather, Elon Musk's hit list. On the 12th of December, Musk called Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau an insufferable tool. Won't be in power much longer. Less than a month later, Trudeau was gone. Other leaders across the world are worried. Over the past few days, Musk has relentlessly targeted UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer. In Germany, where Chancellor Olaf Scholz's Social Democrats are facing a tough election this year, Musk has openly endorsed Germany's far-right AfD party. Now, French President Emmanuel Macron has accused Musk of election interference. So is Musk a new kind of global right-wing crusader? Why is he doing what he is doing? And what happens now? Will the charges of election interference against him that Macron has leveled stick? Joining me to unpack this extremely unusual phenomenon are Kushal Mehra, Adit Kothari, and Surinder Singh Lali. Welcome to the News 9 Plus show. I want to start by asking you this, Kushal. You know, Justin Trudeau just stepped down a few hours ago. Is this the end of the Trudeau era, or is he going to be in power for much longer? He was one of, Elon Musk's original targets. They have a love-hate relationship on Twitter.
Well, listen, Elon Musk is a very peculiar character. As of now, his ire is not on the Indian political class.
Right.
But I don't know. I'm deeply uncomfortable with the idea of a billionaire having so much control over.
I'm going to ask you that question eventually, but because Kushal, while we are applauding all of this on the global scale, sooner or later it will come to us as well, and we will have to kind of look at it. But first, tell us about this curious phenomenon of why Elon Musk has gone on this global rampage against world leaders, starting with Justin Trudeau, who he seemed to have, pronounced mission accomplished now. Why is he doing?
I don't think so. It needed an Elon Musk to end the reign of Justin Trudeau. I think Justin Trudeau should be given the most credit for ending the reign of Justin Trudeau.
Right.
I think his goose was cooked a while ago.
Right.
It was just we were waiting for the inevitable. But I know the news has come yesterday evening in India, early morning in Canada. I think he, in typical Justin Trudeau fashion, he was 15 minutes late for his own press conference.
Right.
so that is so classic Trudeau.
Yes.
But so I went through the speech, like I heard it a few times, and there were some key excerpts. So what did he say? That I'm proroguing the parliament. So in Canadian legalese, proroguing the parliament means adjourning, right? You know how in India we adjourn the house, right?
Yes.
So he's adjourned the parliament till March 24. That means you have no activity for the parliament to happen. So all the bills that were supposed to be voted for, they are just going to be lapsed. So one good news for the Canadian population is that there was an extremely anti-free speech bill called Bill C-63. Now that is no longer going to be a reality. I would it was a alleged hate speech bill, so that will fall. But also what's going to happen is that the supply side arrangements, all the money that he would have struggled to get to fund his extravagant social welfare schemes, now he can push through the money and dump the entire fiscal deficit on the government incoming. In the meantime, Jagmeet Singh is very happy because if you guys remember, 24th of February was Jagmeet Singh's famous pension date. He needed to be in the government and as a parliamentarian. So that is taken care of. Jagmeet gets his pension now. So Jagmeet would be celebrating that $2.3 to $2.4 million pension that has been spoken about all the time. Jagmeet has kind of fixed that. So I hope Jagmeet throws us all a little party after all. Jagmeet should be very kind and generous that way. After all, Jagmeet always says Punjabis are very generous, and Jagmeet should show his generosity as a true Punjabi and throw us all a small party. But so you have to understand that what Trudeau said was, now we'll have to go for a leadership election. So now let me explain the Canadian system of how this happens. So in the Canadian system, we will, the main party, right, as such, they have to select a leader. So if Trudeau resigns or is removed, you will have some sort of a leadership election, like a primary in the Liberal Party of Canada, because that is part of the Liberal Party constitution itself. Now, unless an election gets called, the new Liberal leader will become the Prime Minister of Canada. Until there is a new Liberal leader, Justin Trudeau remains the caretaker Prime Minister of Canada.
Sort of like a Mohammad Yunus, caretaker Prime Minister.
So he's still the Prime Minister of Canada. I don't know what people are getting excited about. What? So what are the names that are doing rounds in as far as the leadership race is concerned, right? So we have Christy Clark, Melanie Joly, Mark Carney, Chrystia Freeland, Anita Anand. These are the names that are doing the rounds right now. So CTV just did a poll. I mean, I can't help but I'm controlling my laughter. So when they had the most appealing Liberal leadership candidate poll that was shared on CTV, these were the options: Christy Clark, Melanie Joly, Justin Trudeau, Mark Carney, Chrystia Freeland, and one of the options was none of the above. Guess which polled the highest? None of the above polled 22%. Chrystia Freeland polled 19%. So none of the above is winning the election right now.
But Kushal, why do you need elections in Canada if Donald Trump is planned to annex it and make Canada the 51st state?
Well, then obviously that's not going to happen. We all know that's not going to happen. But the point is, see, Justin Trudeau has humiliated Canada on such a global scale that imagine Justin Trudeau resigns and the Dairy Queen in Canada says, you have one burger free on one more. And there was like a 25-minute line. They eventually had to take it down because corporate must have called that Dairy Queen and said, listen, you can't do that. But there was an actual Dairy Queen. Dairy Queen is like an ice cream and burger shop. It's like another one of those food chains, franchisees. And they actually had a giant line. My friends went there, they took a video and they sent it to me. So Justin Trudeau, I think, is arguably the most hated political figure in the entire world right now. Nobody likes Justin Trudeau.
Nobody likes.
I think Justin Trudeau's butler doesn't like Justin Trudeau too.
So in a sense, Kushal, Elon Musk has picked a soft target, guy who was unpopular.
It has nothing to do with Elon Musk.
On his way out.
This entire thing of Elon Musk causing Justin Trudeau's fall.
No, okay.
It's all
greatly
rubbish.
exaggerated. But before I go on to Surinder, I want to ask you, what do you make of this Elon Musk phenomena? The guy who's going around all guns blazing, trying to reshape the global political equations, attacking Germany one day, UK the next, France the third day, and of course Canada. What do you make of him? Is he like a right-wing George Soros?
I like Elon the technologist. I like Elon the thinker. I like Elon the person. I don't like Elon the guy who tries to meddle in other countries' politics. Listen, I don't like
good
that.
question. Which is
he
why
will do
calling
it with
him.
India too. Eventually.
He will. Yeah, and I think that's when we're going to, stop laughing and actually start answering a lot of tough questions. Not good at all. But Surinder, what do you make of this phenomena of this, what we're calling Musk the meddler? I mean, he seems to be like a global meddler in all countries, whether it's, all the countries of Europe and the UK. He's been on this, stream of tweets or expos against Keir Starmer, and I think the UK politicians across the spectrum are extremely worried of this. What do you make of this phenomenon of Musk the meddler?
I mean, the gentleman paid for it in the more crudest form of American capitalism. He paid $250 million to the Trump campaign. So I think he purchased the right to meddle into the affairs of other governments. I mean, sometimes I've always felt that the entire world should be allowed to vote in the American elections, because now it's more than evident that they can impact, across the board.
Exactly, yes.
I mean, that's not just it. I mean, as is The very mercurial Donald Trump has not assumed office yet, and he's trying to ridicule, belittle, sorry, Kushal, he's trying to ridicule, belittle, and undermine every Canadian. Forget just Justin Trudeau. That's one. And two, I'm more scared now because I don't know what these Johnnies are going to do, because none of them are politicians. They're typical Americans who've been born and brought up. I mean, although, Musk is South African, but they're out of that fast food culture where they just want it now and now. So the way they are meddling in the affairs of other countries, I mean, my only fear is that I hope that we're not on their target list, because these Johnnies have so much power, especially Musk with his, X and Twitter, that he can virtually create a campaign and dislodge a government, if anything lesser than that. So I hope we're on the right side, and I really hope that Mr. Modi gets an invite for the inaugural in Washington.
Yes, and guess who's going to be in the same room as him? It's someone, most Americans didn't vote for to enter the White House, which is Elon Musk. But Adit, this, very curious phenomenon of Musk the meddler. And of course, as Kushal and Surinder was saying, that sooner or later this could come on to India as well. You possibly would see Elon Musk not very happy with some Indian government policies, and, lo and behold, he could go off on a rant there. What do you attribute this desire on Elon Musk's part to change regimes, to effect regime change, in all of these countries that he's been targeting over the last couple of days?
So Sandeep, I look at it slightly differently. I don't think it's more of engineering some sort of a regime change like how, a George Soros would have done it.
Yes.
I mean, to many Americans, what Musk is simply doing is, exercising his First Amendment rights.
Yes.
Right. But from a European perspective, they see it slightly differently, because they understand the horrors of, the far right extremism, whatever happened in the 1940s, etc. And they do not want that to fall on their shoulders again. But there is also another problem that liberal politics has, sort of, playing around with this political correctness, which has become the bane of civil society in general. So, what is Elon Musk actually doing? He's raising compelling questions, which the politicians themselves are very uncomfortable to answer. From my perspective, my own leader, Keir Starmer, is extremely uncomfortable with answering any questions with regards to the Muslim rape gangs. I don't call them grooming gangs. They are typically Muslim rape gangs, because the majority of those involved in those gang rapes are Pakistani Muslims who have received disproportionate amount of patronization from both the policymakers and the law enforcement agencies. And he's basically raising compelling questions to ensure that civil society can awaken and do some sort of introspection on these issues. If it comes down to India, if he was to raise a compelling question with, say, the Ajmer 92 cases, I think it should be welcome. If he was to question any policy decisions of the Indian government on, say, some sort of taxation which makes life difficult for Tesla or one of his companies to function in India, I don't think civil society is going to be so much bothered about it. I think it's more about, the uncomfortable questions which people almost mask it under the garb of political correctness, and they sort of brush it under the carpet, is what is making the politicians extremely uncomfortable.
Absolutely. So, Adit, you're betting on the fact that Musk is going to raise only the kind of issues that he's raised in the UK, for instance, as you mentioned, this
no.
rape gangs.
I'm saying that he is going to raise other issues which are going to be beneficial for his his ventures and his his businesses across the world, and that is what the Trump 2.0 will have to deal with it. But I'm saying that all of the other questions that he will raise is probably not going to have the same kind of impact as as something like the rape gangs that he's invoked.
Of course, he's brought that issue out that was there in the cold storage. Everyone knew about it. No one was debating about it, talking about the kind of outrage that we are seeing in the last couple of days in the UK and, of course, across the world is all thanks to Elon Musk. We have to thank him for that. But, Kushal, there's this other post that he had made on X after Trudeau's resignation. It kind of illustrates his agenda. He says that Trump won, Trudeau resigned, Keir Starmer got exposed, Nayib Bukele cut crime by 95% in El Salvador, Javier Milei created the first surplus since 2008 in Argentina. Masculinity is back. Great men are ascendant, and just in time. We are going to need them just in time. So this is, Elon Musk illustrating his agenda. He's all for the right wing, for these strong nationalist right wing leaders. So in a sense, he is actually advocating regime change across the world. And Twitter, of course, is an extremely powerful medium. We are also hearing reports of the UK calling out Musk's tweets, and they are apparently they have reached out to the United States and said, hey, listen, we are allies. You can't allow someone as close to the president-elect to kind of run riot like this. Emmanuel Macron says it's election interference and they're going to act against Elon Musk. You think it's Musk is kind of bitten off more than he could have chewed in this case?
Oh no. What are they going to do? No, seriously, what are they going to do? They're going to tell the Americans our sentiments are hurt.
Right.
Americans, they're going to tell America that, listen, America, for all its worth, is the global leader, like it or not. These are realities that everybody needs to understand. Whether we are Indians or Britishers or Australians, we know which is the dominant superpower of the world. And
right.
Even beyond the point, even the Chinese know that. It's not like the Chinese don't know. There is no solution to this. Honestly, a lot of people talk about like there's a solution. There is no solution to this. The only solution is what the Chinese did, basically isolate your society. And no democracy will isolate their society. So you just have to live with this. You have to live with the idea that there is this one driven person, Elon Musk. If he puts his mind to something, he's going to do whatever he wants to do. And you can't stop him. Right. So what you can do is before elections, you can turn the lights off.
Yes, which is what Pakistan seems to have done. That Twitter is still
exactly. So
not available.
Authoritarian societies will turn the lights off.
Yes.
Democracies cannot.
Right.
And as far as these people calling Trump and telling him, listen, Trump is trolling Justin Trudeau and calling him a governor while he is the prime minister.
Yes. It doesn't get any worse than that. Right.
Yeah. So what do you think the conversation is going to be? Hey, Donald, could you lay off a little bit? No. That's what Donald Trump is going to say.
Yes.
You think Keir Starmer has a say? No. They don't, okay? You basically, I'm going to say something in Hindi. Unko apni auqat pata hai.
Right.
Trump is just rubbing it in the face. And he's like, ye dekh teri auqat kya hai. That's all he's doing.
That's what it's come down to, it looks like. But, there is also that worrying aspect about possibly tomorrow. We could be in Elon Musk's crosshairs.
So we have a solution because we have the, see, this is where, because we shut down TikTok and sent a message to the world.
Yes.
You mess with us.
Yes.
Lights off, guys.
Lights off, guys.
Lights off.
Yes. Surinder, you think that's the solution for the government of India in case Elon Musk's tweets or X posts get too close for comfort? That's the solution, that the lights are going to go off like it did for TikTok.
Sandeep, I'm not too sure we can do that. Let me put it this way, that Elon Musk is a knife that could cut both ways. While I definitely agree, in the First Amendment bit, but, the party ain't started yet. Right. I mean, there's a lot more coming up. And the biggest irony I see is that Elon Musk has most of his interests in China. And Donald Trump came to power telling them, China and the tariffs he wants to put on the electric cars and everything. So what I'm going to keep my fingers crossed, maybe sit back and enjoy my popcorn and see till how long does the bonhomie between Elon Musk and Donald Trump last? Because they're both extremely transactional individuals who don't understand the nuances of politics, both for good or bad reasons. And, Elon Musk is already on record a few months ago criticizing Donald Trump. But, he paid $250 million and kissed and made up. And now Donald Trump said that I'm the president. He's not.
Right.
So, if I was to speak in Hindi, abhi to rishta bhi nahi hua, abhi to shaadi honi hai, so there's a lot more that needs to pan out, and the jury's out on this one. So
jury's out on this one, Surinder. As they say, that famous Hindi film song, "Abhi to party shuru hui hai." That's the one. "Abhi to party shuru hui hai." Adit, closing comments from you. Where is this headed? When is it going to be our turn next? When are we going to be in Elon Musk's, target?
Well, I think it's going to happen sooner than we think. Look, his transnational politics, his interventions are going to hit everywhere where he has business interests.
Yes.
And sooner or later, it's going to come to our shores. I just feel that India has been more insulated in other ways.
Yes.
They are much more adept to mitigating these kind of issues as compared to other countries which have far more severe issues. And typically, my jibe is towards the liberal politics, which has sort of clubbed itself with Islamic politics, and where Islamic politics has sort of appropriatized liberal politics in a way that they understand the game of democracy much better. Which is why we see so many political interest groups all over the world, whether it be Canada, Britain, America, etc., where they hold hostage politics. In the UK, out of the 600 constituencies, 100 constituencies are where the Islamic vote is a massive issue, which is why nobody wants to poke the bear. India is slightly different from that particular perspective because we have in power a so-called right-wing government already. So who is he going to poke, and what is he going to get out of it is the question. So I think India is much more insulated from that perspective.
India is much more insulated from that perspective, and on a closing note, Adit and gentlemen, the fact is that a lot of these countries which freely interfere in elections and try and shape electoral landscapes in other countries are today the ones who are shouting the loudest about electoral interference. So I think that is something that we have to kind of, look at with tongue firmly in cheek. I'm afraid we're completely out of time here. We will continue this discussion on another show because as we were discussing a few minutes ago, it's Abhi to party shuru hi hai, that the party has just begun. Stay tuned and thanks for watching. Thank you, gentlemen.